Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Change. When I look at change, I look at myself changing. Sometimes constantly, sometimes as if this change has not happened at all. Sometimes the change has only happened on the surface, but it has not happened inside. When I say inside, what really has to change has not really changed. It is only on the superficial and the surface level where I think that something has changed. Today, in the world that we live, we also juggle with two worlds, of a virtual reality and a real reality. Or if I would say, a virtual world and a real world. Which one is more effective? Which one impacts more? Of course, all of you will say, the real one. But is it always like that? Is it not changing? Are we not slowly accepting the virtual as the real? Let's have a discussion here today on this episode of Change. We have Sister Usha with us. Didi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shanti.
Like I said, the virtual and the real. Some people say that the virtual is just the reflection of what is the real.
Mm-hmm.
Without the real, the virtual cannot exist.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we are slowly becoming more focused on the virtual than the real.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
If I must also point out, if I want to share something that I have done recently, I have many platforms today to share those things, maybe Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, vlogs, other different kinds of stuff. Not to point out any one platform, but there exists a virtual reality, a virtual image of what is real today.
Mm-hmm.
And many of us are considering that to be the real one.
Mm-hmm.
So I would ask this question with a very honest outlook, that when the virtual is not independent, it is the mere reflection of what is real, what is the harm in having these two things?
Mm-hmm.
What if I want to show a near perfect image of my not so perfect image in the real to the perfect or near perfect image in the virtual?
Mm-hmm. Well, there is no harm if you do that. But are we not deceiving our own selves?
How?
If I have some setbacks in my life, and if I'm not able to accept it, and therefore I want to project myself as perfect in the virtual reality to the world, that this is what I am. The intention somewhere is like, I want to highlight myself through this medium, which is okay, no problem. But when the world, calls you, come, and there I'm not able to give that perfection.
Mm.
And when they don't accept me, they feel as if this is just fake. And when they reject, will I be able to take it? Or will we be able to land up in a state of repression? Because maybe I was not able to digest what I got.
Mm.
And everywhere, it is not that we are going to get success only.
Mm.
Sometimes we may not be able to project what I had projected in that virtual reality about my own self. When some other challenges come up and I won't be able to give that best in it, and people would just leave or just go away from me, what will happen to me? Where will I stand?
But then all of these platforms, like we understand today, these are different ways of reaching out to people, right? There was a time when people would say that if you do not have friends, if your friend is somewhere far away, speaking to him or her would be a challenge. If you do not have any means of lightening your burden that you have on your heart, on your mind, that you cannot share it to someone. But today now you have an access, a platform where all of it could be shared freely. And in a way, you're offloading that burden.
Okay.
You're de-stressing yourself.
You're de-stressing yourself, and every time you do that, what will people think about you?
Because
this person is always stressed. What is the opinion that they make about you? That this person is always like this? He has nothing good in his life? He's always trying to put that burden out? And when people feel they are not getting anything good from you, will they accept you?
Would they still want to see your depressing
nature?
Depressing status updates?
Yes.
Or sad pictures?
Yeah.
Pointing out here, there is also certain ways in which how you can express on the social media platforms about how you're feeling at this moment. Sometimes we can share that I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling lousy, I'm feeling lazy, I'm feeling dreadful, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling sad. So all of these emotions and the emoticons are displayed, and you can actually set it as a status that this is the state of mind and this is how you're feeling at this moment. And many times people call you, or many times people comment on it saying that, hey, what happened? Hey, do you want to do something else? So this is also happening.
They may do it for some time, but when they always see you in that mood, they feel, oh, he's always like that. Leave him. He's always like that. Now there I would say that instead of showering that stress onto others or throwing it out into the world through the virtual reality, should we not digest something within? And on the contrary, although after happening so much of happenings, still I'm able to lead a beautiful life. That is when people are going to really appreciate. Hey, you went through so much.
Yeah.
But how is it that you are still happy? What is it that motivates you?
Okay.
People would like to know that.
Yeah, everybody likes happy faces. Everybody wants
Definitely.
to see nice things.
Because when everybody is going through the same thing, everybody wants a method. That how can we come out of this situation or from this state of mind and be happy? So if I'm able to project something in that way, there will be many people who would like to know what is happening.
Like you pointed out right now, most of us are so dependent because we are using these tools of technology. We would like to chat with each other, but then we would not want to speak. We would not want to come face to face with each other at the times of stress or the times of needs where I am feeling very scared or frightened or depressed or sad or vulnerable. I would not want to go in front of a person and speak heart to them because I'm afraid that probably that person might judge me, or maybe he or she might not understand me. But when it comes to social media and these platforms of technology, I go on chatting and talking, and here the conversation is happening virtually, whereas I cannot see, even if you are trying to offload that burden of stress, I'm not able to see your expressions. I'm not able to see how you're feeling at this moment. And I'm not able to convey my concern to you in the words which I could express in my words when I speak to you directly.
Yes, definitely.
So somewhere the real connect between two people, or two or three people or 10 people, is missing out.
Yeah. So that's why I said it is better that my own problems, whatever I'm going through, if on the basis of some spiritual wisdom, I'm able to digest. Why are people looking for gurus? Why are they going towards such spiritual personalities? Attracted towards them because they find that these people, maybe they will offer us some spiritual wisdom to digest my problems. And after digesting those problems, I can keep my state of mind very happy and enjoy my life. Although going through all those difficulties. So I feel by just sharing that, speaking that out to people, all my problems, aren't we enforcing those sanskaras, those personality traits so strong? Because the more I think in that manner, I'm becoming it. And when I'm becoming that, how would I get out of it?
Yes.
The more I share, the more I talk to people about my problems, I'm again and again reinforcing every time, and I'm becoming it. So what is my life? Do I really want to get over it? Or do I want to become that? Sharing with people is not enabling me to get out of it. Because by throwing it outside, it's going to come back to me in some way or the other. And again talking about the same things, it is like those traits are deeply getting engraved in me.
So here you're not just sharing, you're just throwing it out as a way of just presenting things,
Yes.
but you're not actually emptying yourself.
Yes, and on the contrary, we are engraving it more deeply inside. So I will never come out of it.
Yeah.
And that will lead me to depression only. So if there is any spiritual wisdom, with the help of which I can, take it lightly. Whatever comes has to go.
Yeah.
So, this problem has come and it has to go. So, let me accept it as it is, and I won't be able to just share those things with people, and instead of engraving it, I'm like removing it. This is not my personality. This problem has come, it is real, and it will go, that is also real.
So there is an acceptance of that problem and saying, okay, this will also go.
Now, what the spiritual wisdom tells me to do, to manage my state of mind in this situation, how can I apply that spirituality? So actually the virtual reality also, I feel, was created because people have so many problems, and to get out of that state of mind, somewhere this spiritual wisdom, if it is put on the virtual reality, can help people.
Yes.
But instead of using that, we are again and again sharing that problem which is deeply engraving in my personality traits, and it is creating my nature on the basis of that, which will never allow me to come out of it. But if I can take the support of spiritual wisdom and apply those principles, those things, that will increase my maturity. And with that, I may be able to help myself.
Yeah.
And when I come out of it, and I'm still happy and share something happy, feelings, happy emotions, happiness with others, I think people would immediately come, what did you do? You were going through so difficult times. How did you manage to come out and remain happy? So, that is where I think with this purpose, maybe the whole thing was created.
Yeah.
That people do not have anyone nearby to share with them, and nobody to give them, like in the initial days, in a family, the parents maybe, they used to, on the basis of their maturity and their spiritual wisdom, they were able to help their children to come out of the problem, to handle themselves, to accept whatever it is. But now, because the access in a family of the children with the parents is no longer there. Sometimes the parents even not know what they are going through.
It happens.
So, they have been using this virtual reality to
Communicate with
that. And in that communication, they are hardly realizing that their problem is getting deeply engraved in them. And they are not actually receiving any help from anyone.
Yeah. When you pointed this out, I remember a joke which was again on the internet. It said that today parents have to send a WhatsApp message to their kids. Dinner ready, please come down. And the kids who are in the same house, in the other room, will say, we'll be right there. So it is a way of seeing things that this is how we are communicating today. And I remember there was a time when we were kids where our mother would shout out loud, taking our names so that the entire neighborhood would listen that, okay, it is time for them to go back home, so that they need not play now and they must go home and eat dinner. So this change has happened, and this is precisely what I want to point out. Because even though the virtual reality is good, it was created for a good cause. But there are certain negative aspects as well that we rightly discussed. The good thing about the value of the real communication, of being face to face with each other, of not talking to a screen but talking to a face, to a person in front of you. And very beautiful article which said that don't talk on Facebook, talk face to face. So here again, and meaning no offense to Facebook, but it is just about how we have become so plastic and become so virtual conscious that the real consciousness and the real thing is taking a back seat. Whereas more meetings are happening today virtually because of Skype or internet calling and all of these things, and you don't have to travel anywhere. But also at the same time, for meeting the members of the family, you can meet any member of family wherever they are. But also, isn't it beautiful that we must take some time out to come together in reality?
We have to come together. Recently I was somewhere and they had a beautiful show, and in which they said that come to a Wi-Fi home. Come to a Wi-Fi home. So we entered into that place, come to a Wi-Fi home, just to understand what did they really say about Wi-Fi home. So in that Wi-Fi home, it was written inside, without internet, family interaction, Wi-Fi. Without internet, family interaction.
That is the long form of Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So, the moment you enter into that place, you have to put your mobiles
At a safe place, yeah.
at a safe place, and then you go inside and there is a beautiful interaction. Every family was invited in that Wi-Fi home, and where they used to keep their mobiles aside and they would go inside, and there were tables, different, and somewhere they had on the floor, and the whole family would sit together and play whatever they wanted to play. They had beautiful things kept so that to make children realize the enjoyment they would get in playing together with the family people, whatever they wanted to play. They had beautiful things. They can play cards, they can, different things were kept. Yeah? And when the whole family, and you won't believe, when I saw there, children, they were enjoying so much with the family, they didn't want to leave that place. They did not want to leave that place. No, we would like to play one more. And when people are standing outside, so they said only one game. This was just to make you realize that when you go home, this is what you have to do.
You can create that Wi-Fi home.
Yes. Face-to-face interaction.
Very nice. Indeed, a very interesting thought that we can all create a Wi-Fi home without internet family interaction. And I guess this is a lovely thing to start with, where we start living in the real world.
Yes.
Of course, the virtual is always there.
There, yeah.
But that does not mean that it has to compromise at the cost of the real one, because the real is what gives life to the virtual.
Yeah.
So let us focus on the real more. Let us bring about this change, that let us come back to what is actually real and what makes things work. Thank you so much. That was very lovely that came out today.
Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure our friends would appreciate it. Thank you so much, Devi. So friends, that was this episode of Change. Do you feel real today? I do. So many times we do not understand the simple things of life. We somehow assume that the changes that have happened around us have changed us totally. But it is not so. We have the ability to be our own masters. We don't have to always look out. Sometimes looking in will help you a great deal. And when you look in, you can also look around for people, for family and friends who are there in real life. Let us enjoy those real moments, the real changes that actually impacts the virtual. Thank you very much for joining in. That's all for this episode of Change. We'll see you again. Till then, take care.